My sister was, like so many other mothers and fathers in Texas and across the United States, simply walking her 6-year-old son to school on his way to kindergarten. It was a nice day, and they decided that rather than take their bikes, they might try walking to school. And so it was one of the first times that she decided that they would go together to school to walk. They lived in a house near the school, and so they took off one sunny morning in October, and she was in the middle of a crosswalk, walking him through the crosswalk, headed right to their local school just a few blocks away in Fort Bend County, when a driver took a very fast and dangerous turn, and really, I think, probably thought, "You better get out of my way." And my sister didn't see her. She was concentrating on making sure that her son was walking safely through the crosswalk. She had him a little bit behind her, thank God, and she was unfortunately run over by this driver who didn't brake, and she died of her injuries on the street in front of her 6-year-old son, who was also run over but survived with a shattered pelvis and a broken femur, who watched his mother die on the street that morning. And that was his beginning of the school year, of kindergarten, of his entire school life. Children are very resilient, but you never get over watching your mother die in front of you. Maybe not, no matter how old you are. So it has been a challenge. He's tried to be very strong, but I don't think that you ever get over something like this. And so he has recovered physically from his injuries. He is a fantastic baseball player, great pitcher, and is a great athlete, and a really sweet, wonderful boy. But you never recover from watching your mother die needlessly in front of you just for having walked you to school. The Lisa Torry Smith Act is important because now there are consequences for injuring or killing a pedestrian or other vulnerable road user inside of a crosswalk in Texas. So this means that there will be greater accountability for drivers who are recklessly entering intersections where there are crosswalks and not stopping and yielding to those inside of it. And when we say other vulnerable road user, it's not just people who are simply walking across the crosswalk. This also applies to people in a wheelchair, people who might be riding a bike or their scooter, or maybe a rollerblades. But the fact is that this now builds consequences and possibly jail time and a fine for anybody who injures or kills someone in a crosswalk. And it's a sliding scale from a misdemeanor to a felony.